Welcome to the An English Coffee Office. Today is Friday, October 17th, and like every morning, David and Alex are at the coffee machine.
Hey Alex, good morning. You beat me to the coffee machine today.
Morning, David. Yeah, I needed this black coffee to kickstart my brain. Hectic morning for you?
Totally. I was glued to my phone checking the markets. Did you catch that news about the stock tumble yesterday?
Which one? There's always something shaking things up.
The one where stocks had their worst day since April. It's all because of Trump threatening to slap 100% tariffs on imports from China, reigniting the whole trade war, you know.
Oh yeah, I saw that on CNN. China's warning the US about countermeasures if Trump doesn't back down. It's got everyone on edge.
Exactly. In sales, I'm already picturing clients freaking out over higher prices. We might have to touch base with the team on adjusting our pitches.
True. To be honest, it feels like deja vu from a few years back. Our supply chains from Asia could get hit hard.
No kidding. I mean, think about it, everything from electronics to clothing could cost more. How's that going to play out for project budgets?
It'll squeeze margins for sure. As a project manager, I'm already running scenarios in my head. We might need to source locally or diversify suppliers.
Smart thinking. You know, I was chatting with a client yesterday, and they mentioned hedging against this kind of volatility keeps me in the loop on what's worrying them.
Hedging? Yeah, that's a good strategy. Anyway, how's your sales pipeline looking with all this uncertainty?
Shaky, but I'm pushing forward. By the way, on a brighter note, I read something cool about science awards this week.
The Nobels? They've been announcing winners all week. Which one caught your eye?
The physics won first. 3 US-based scientists, John Clark, Mitchell H. Dvorak, and John M. Martinis, won the 2025 Nobel for their work on quantum mechanics.
I skimmed the article. It's about discovering macroscopic quantum mechanical tunneling and energy quantization in electric circuits, right?
Yeah, that's it. Basically, they showed how quantum effects work on a bigger scale, like in everyday tech.
Fascinating. Quantum mechanics is that weird world where particles can be in two places at once or tunnel through barriers.
Exactly. It's mind-blowing. Imagine if this leads to unbreakable encryption for our sales data.
Or super fast computers for running project simulations. No more waiting hours for results.
That'd save us so much time. I'm not a tech whiz, but even I get how this could revolutionize businesses.
It could. You know, it reminds me of how we adopted cloud computing a few years ago. Small steps leading to big changes.
Totally. Speaking of changes, did you see how this ties into AI advancements? Our competitors might jump on it first.
They might. I'll keep an eye on it for our next strategy meeting. Anyway, have you followed any of the other Nobels?
Not really, too buried in emails, but I heard about the chemistry one sounds intriguing.
Yeah. 3 scientists, Suzumu Kitagawa, Richard Robson, and Omaram Yaghai, got the prize for developing metal organic frameworks.
Metal organic what? Sounds like a sci-fi gadget.
It's these tiny molecular structures that can trap gases or hold huge amounts of stuff in a small space. The Nobel Committee compared it to Hermione's handbag from Harry Potter.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Endless room and a tiny purse. Perfect for us multitaskers in the office.
Right? The New York Times said it's for creating frameworks that pack vast space into structures, like molecular sponges.
Cool. As sales reps, we could pitch this kind of efficiency to clients. Imagine sustainable packaging that holds more without wasting space.
Exactly. It's got huge potential for clean energy like capturing carbon dioxide or storing hydrogen.
Whoa, that's big for the environment. Ties right into those green initiatives our company's pushing.
It does. To be honest, it makes me optimistic about tech solving real-world problems. Not just creating headaches like those tariffs.
Amen to that. You know, blending science like this with business could open new doors for us.
Definitely. Hey, speaking of work, how's that big deal you were closing last week?
Almost there. Just need to iron out a few details. Remote calls have been a lifesaver, though.
I hear you. My team's juggling deadlines remotely too. Keeps things flexible, but I miss these face-to-face chats.
Me too. Nothing like coffee breaks to catch up and vent a bit.
Venting included. By the way, did the tariff news affect our stock prices directly?
Yeah, dipped a bit. I'll check my portfolio later. Fingers crossed it stabilizes.
Hope so. And on the quantum front, I wonder if it'll impact cybersecurity training we do.
Could be. We should touch base with IT about it.
Good call. Now that chemistry prize, it's inspiring how 3 people from different backgrounds collaborated on something so innovative.
True. Kitagawa from Japan, Robson from Australia, Yage from the US global teamwork at its best.
Global, yeah? In our office, we could learn from that. Diverse perspectives make projects stronger.
Spot on. Anyway, my coffee's getting cold. Time to head back to my desk.
Mine too. Let's catch up later if anything new breaks.
Will do. Have a productive morning, Alex.
You too, David. See you around.